Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Hopkinton Athletics Center for the first playoff game for Hopkinton Hillers boys basketball. Tom Nappy alongside Steve Spector. Tonight, it's the quarterfinals round, and Hopkinton is the fourth seed hosting fifth-seeded Wayland. Hopkinton finished the regular season with a record of 14-6 and defeated this very same Wayland team, and I believe we are ready for the starting lineup, so without further ado, we'll send it down to courtside.
All right. Good evening and welcome to Hopkinton High School for tonight's MIAA Division II Central Boys Basketball quarterfinal as the fifth-seeded Wayland Warriors visit your fourth-seeded hometown Hopkinton Hillers. The winner of tonight's game will go on to play Westboro in the sectional semifinal on Monday, March 4th at Clark University. Participating student-athletes, coaches, and contest officials have worked diligently to prepare for today's competition. Please show your appreciation by demonstrating good sportsmanship and respect for all in attendance. Ensure that your behaviors reflect the values that should be identified with these student-athletes. Assume responsibility for your behavior and the behavior of those around you. If you require assistance, please call upon an MIAA school or security official. Any verbal, written, or physical conduct related to race, gender, ethnicity, disability, sexual orientation, or religion shall not be tolerated, could subject the violator to ejection, and may result in penalties being assessed against your team. Our great nation is preserved through the leadership and sacrifices of men and women who have served or are currently serving in our armed forces. We invite both veterans and current military personnel to stand. We thank you for your service to our country. We will now announce the lineups for tonight's game, starting with the visiting Warriors. For the Warriors, starting at guard, number 3, sophomore, Porter Moody.
Captain.
Okay, yeah. Starting at forward, number 4, sophomore, Jabari Nurse. Starting at forward, number 23, junior, Gavin Davies. Starting at guard, number 5, junior, Jaden Brewington. And starting at guard, number 2, senior, captain, Xander Livingston. The Warriors are coached by Dennis Doherty, Eric Wolven, John Berry, and Hip Rivera. And now for your hometown Hopkinton Hillers. Starting at guard, number 3, junior, Stephen Maffiori. Starting at guard, number 10, junior, Thomas Ambersoni. Starting at guard, number 14, senior, Ryan Kester. Starting at guard, number 21, senior captain, Michael Puvakad. And starting at forward, number 24, senior captain, Brendan Kelly. The Hillers are coached by Tom Keene and assisted by Chris Banks, Jay Golden, and Shady Gaudet. Now please rise for the playing of our national anthem.
And there you have it, the starting lineups and the national anthem. Tom Nappy alongside Steve Spector to bring you this Hillers boys basketball playoff game. These two teams, of course, met in the final game of the regular season. The Hillers finished 14-6. Wayland finished 13-7. Overall, the 63-57 win in the final game of the regular season ended up being the determining factor of which of these two teams would host this quarterfinals matchup. And last week's win, Stephen Maffiori and Brendan Kelly took care of the offense, dropping 19 points each. Kelly dominated the low post, pulling down 11 rebounds. The win was also the 250th career win for head coach Tom Keene at the helm for the Hillers. The Hillers did a good job at containing Wayland's big threats, Xavier Livingston and Jaden Brewington, but will once again have to do it tonight if they wish to advance on in the postseason. The winner of this game will have a date with first-seeded 17-3 Westboro at Clark University Monday night at 7:30, and we are ready for basketball. We are underway. Wayland controls off the opening tip. With possession, it is Porter Moody. And both of these teams very familiar with each other, just seeing each other last week. It should be an interesting game here today. And Wayland will strike first. Up and in goes Gavin Davies.
Good move by Davies right in Brendan's face. Hopefully Brendan's going to get him right back here.
There's Brendan.
No go.
Yeah, misses there, and it's a rebound by Livingston. Well, the Hillers are going to have to come out with the offense here today to take down this potent Wayland team. And there's Brendan Kelly off the window, no good, and it's pulled down by Jabari Nurse.
Big crowd here tonight, Tom. A lot of Wayland people here too. Big student section. Get the double size to the stands to accommodate the overflow crowd here. So it's going to be a good night here.
Certainly is. You got that playoff atmosphere tonight. Pass over to the corner. Livingston for three, no, and rejected there by Brewington as he's able to get it over to Moody, driving in, up and in he goes. And that time it is Davies once again. Ambersoni will take it up. Over to Kester. Kester to Maffiori. Now it's out to Puvakad. Puvakad with a little misdribble there, able to maintain possession, however.
A lot of contact.
And that is going to draw the whistle as Ambersoni drives in with the shot and draws the body contact.
Foul on Porter Moody of Wayland. 2 shots. And again, we just catch up from last week. I mean, once we found out what night it was, I've been excited the last 3 nights since we've determined what night this game was going to be. And a very unusual situation with 2 teams playing not even the same leagues, have a non-league game, and then 5 days later, 6 days later, they play against each other again. So to your point earlier, they're very familiar with each other, and this ought to be a heck of a game tonight.
And no good on both free throws by Ambersoni. Here comes Wayland. Livingston along the corner, gets it up to Moody. Moody calls it out. Now over to Brewington. Brewington, a player you're going to have to look out for tonight. Livingston for 3, no good. That'll rattle out, but it's a Wayland rebound there to collect.
Nice.
And then rejected was Nurse, and the Hillers have it. There goes Maffiori. Over to Kester, up for 3. Yes!
Oh, yeah. Nice job by Ryan. He got himself set. He had some time. Wayland player was kind of closing in on him, but he got the shot off. Didn't panic with somebody getting into his face.
Livingston with the shot. No. Pulled down by Nurse. Up and in.
Hillers are starting 4 guards technically, and Brendan's really the only big man out there at the moment.
It's going to be all about the low post play, and there's Brendan Kelly.
Nice job by Brendan using his body there.
Well, the star in the first meeting between these two teams was Xander Livingston with 18 points, and there's yet another bucket for Gavin Davies. He only had 4 points in the first meeting. He already has 6 tonight for Wayland.
That's going to be a battle all night, Davies and Brendan.
Ambersoni with possession. About 3 minutes into action here, an 8-5 Wayland lead. Maffiori now out to Kelly. Kelly's going to take it in. Up, off the window and in.
A lot of scoring early here.
Certainly is. It's been all about the low post scoring early on in this one. Moody over to Brewington, up for the jumper, got it.
Nice touch. He had a big game last week.
Certainly did.
And the Hillers need to contain him for sure.
He had 14 points last week against the Hillers. Buvacad out to Kester. Now it's up to Ambersoni. Ambersoni to Maffiori. Now over to Kester. Knocked out of the possession of Kester, but he's able to regain control and then gets wrapped up for the jump ball call. It looks like it's going Wayland's way.
Good hustle by Wayland, kind of disrupting
Hiller's
things.
Way, rather.
I think it just went out of bounds is what I think happened.
Callum Lind on the entry. Ambersoni. Hillers only 5 seconds on the shot clock. Driving in,
nice.
No good there by Lind.
Rosen.
Put back, no, by Rosen. A loose ball, and it is going to be wrapped up by Lind, who's able to get to it, but then he's not able to keep possession. Ends up in the hands of Brewington. Now we got a scramble. And we'll get the jump ball here.
Bodies flying everywhere. Nice sportsmanship by both teams there. You know, these, like you said, these guys know each other. The game last week was I don't want to say chippy, but there certainly was an edge to the game as it went along, and I'm sure this game will have a physical present kind of element as well. We've already seen it, but while they incorporate the good sportsmanship, that's a good thing as well.
That was certainly a slippery basketball there. Yeah, it took too long.
I think the refs were a little generous there. They still gave him a shot, but
Jabari Nurse was right in front of him, and Lind just could not get the pass off.
Michael Puvacad anxiously waiting for the ball to be put in, not giving the Jabari Nurse much room.
Puvacad certainly does have good hustle and quick hands as Moody takes it up. Kicks it over to the corner, up for three, yes! Xander Livingston.
Another strong player for Wayland we saw last week. He had a bunch of points last week, and
Ambersoni draws contact from Moody. That's his second.
And he's coming out. Noah Lee coming in, sophomore.
Callum Lind will have the entry for the Hillers. 13-7 Wayland, 3:39 left to go in the first quarter. Keefe with possession.
Nice.
Good feed to Kelly, but he can't finish. Looks like he was going for the dunk there. Here comes Brewington. Out to the wing, up for three. No good there by Lee. And it's a rebound by Rosen.
Oh!
That ball knocked forward. Wayland ends up with it. Lee with possession. Over to Brewington. Back out to Lee. And we have a foul.
Number 4, I think.
Could be an offensive foul.
Jabari Nurse, a little bit of extra elbow grease on that pick. His first foul. Refs trying their best to let the boys play, but some things you have to call. There was one of them there.
Absolutely. 3 fouls on Wayland, none on Hopkinton. Good drive there, can't finish. Put back, yes, Rosen. Elon Rosen able to tower over everyone and get to the Ambersoni missed shot. Feed along the baseline over to Davies. Now another steal here, Maffiori. Up to Ambersoni, launches a three, got it.
Wide open three, uncontested. Brings the Hillers back within 13-12 Wayland at the moment. Great shot by the microwave, Maffiori, heating up.
The offense heating up early for both sides. Nurse with possession. Over to Livingston. Now to the corner. Noah Lee for three. No. Loose ball, and it's collected along the far side by Brewington.
Nice. Oh, too bad.
And Rosen blocks it out of bounds on the attempted pass.
Elon Rosen having a heck of a season, and he has the ability to disrupt things on both defensively. He can either block shot or disrupt shots. So he's a big body down there, and if he can get his offensive game going, he had a nice shot earlier. That's going to be a big help for the Hillers tonight.
Entry out to Nurse. Long three. Got it. Wow. NBA.
Big launch.
Ambersoni takes it up. Lind. Back to Ambersoni. Both of these teams certainly have good perimeter shooters. Lind.
Got hit.
And he drew the contact. He's going to the line for three. That's going to be the second foul on Nurse.
And looks like the fourth foul on Wayland, and no fouls for the Hillers. 1:36 left in the first quarter, 16-12 Wayland with, they're saying it was after the shot.
It was a little bit after the shot, but figured maybe they'll give it to him because kind of happened just as the ball was leaving his hands.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the ref to make, but it's going to too late now. Oh, nice recovery by Brendan.
Surrounded by Warriors, gets it over to Lind.
Nice
Lind,
ball fake.
No, tipped in the air and then tipped by Rosen, and Wayland has it as Nurse pulls it down. Nurse feeds it over to Brewington. Brewington thought about the three, going to drive it instead. Now Davies, surrounded by Hillers, rejected, and a foul. Rosen thought he had the clean block there.
Certainly, even with the foul, it was a good message to send to Wayland that don't bring that ball in here and down low because it's going to be going in the other direction. But Elon Rosen gets some early playing time, pretty good portion of the quarter. But Hillers 17-12. As I recall, last game the Hillers were down 19-12, down 7 points in the first quarter, and then they ended up winning by, I don't know, whatever that differential was. But Wayland's still in a similar situation now.
Davies hits both.
Still a minute and 15 seconds left in the quarter.
Davies has 8 points tonight already for Wayland. Fiore got it.
Tough shot over the taller player, number 20, Nicholas Johnson. Nice shot by Fiore.
Noah Lee with possession. Kicks it out over to Melvin. Up for three. Got it. Woo. Wayland on fire from outside the perimeter right now.
It's a whole lot of points.
Puvakad feeds it underneath to Rosen. Out to Mafiori. Puvakad gets it up to Kelly. Out of the corner, Lynn for three. Count it.
That's a big hoop. Hillers needed that one.
21-17. We got a scoring fest early on.
Probably working for the last shot. Wayland working the clock down. Hillers trying to get a couple substitutions in. It's probably going to happen at the end of the quarter.
Approaching 10 seconds left in the quarter. Brewington feeds it over to Lee, up for three. No. After him, batted in the air by Kelly, and Davies grabs it, and then he's rejected now.
Another block.
Another block, and then off the hand of Nick Johnson and in. He just kind of swatted the ball off the glass, and it fell in. And at the end of the first quarter, it's Wayland 23, the Hillers 17. A scoring fest to start things off.
Boy, that's a heck of a play by Nicholas Johnson. That tip was unbelievable with about a second left in the quarter, and a little bit of a momentum swing going Wayland's way at the end of the quarter, 23-17. And we'll give the Hiller cheerleaders their due here. Good job by the Hiller cheerleaders, supporting their teams all year.
As always, they finished third in the TVL cheering tournament this past weekend, so congratulations to the Hillers cheerleaders. 23-17, Wayland leading as we enter the second quarter. 8 points for Gavin Davies, and he seems to be the player you have to watch out for in the low post if you're the Hillers.
Yeah, he got off to a hot start, and a little more effective offensively, at least so far, as compared to last week when these two teams played. And hopefully the Hillers can kind of contain him a little bit better moving forward. But certainly he had a big impact. And the Wayland there's 3 or 4 guys hitting 3-pointers, and one of them was launched from the parking lot, an NBA style one. So Right now, the Hillers are 5-point deficit, but plenty of time. And big night here at the Athletic Center. A lot of energy and a huge crowd, and we'll see how this thing plays out. It's going to be exciting.
Certainly will be. Both teams certainly seem to be fired up and ready to go. Nick Johnson has the entry for Wayland, and we are underway in the second quarter. Brewington feeds it up to Davies, now underneath. And the shot is no good by Melvin, pulled down by Kelly. Ambersoni feeds it out to Puvakat as he does. Contact called. That's going to be on Wayland.
Noah Lee, number 11. That's their 5th foul of the half, so could be a bonus situation in the not too distant future for the Hillers.
3, Maffiori got it.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Stephen Maffiori, if you get him hot from beyond the perimeter, look out. He had 19 points the last time these two teams met, just last week. Brewington up to Lee. Gonna drive in, up for the shot, no. Batted around, and then
jump ball.
Jump ball called as Davies went up for the follow-through.
Ambersoni, good job avoiding the foul. And Hillers getting rewarded with that defensive stand with getting the ball back on the jump ball.
That's just great low post defense there. Good hustle, sticking with it.
Got a heck of a battle going on, Tom. Brewington and Maffiori, both players starting to heat up, both super quick.
Kelly out to Ambersoni. Over to Puvakat, who thought about the shot. Now Kester for 3. No, off the rim it goes.
Oh,
Batted in
nice.
the air by Maffiori. Loose ball collected by Puvakat towards midcourt. Ambersoni. Kester. 3. No.
Oh, nice by Maffiori, huh?
Look at that hustle. Maffiori puts it up. That's no good. Brewington went off the hand of Brewington. Loose ball collected by Ambersoni. Drives to the bucket. It's swatted out of bounds. The block made by Melvin. Hillers basketball, however. This is a great possession by Hopkinton, maintaining control in the low post. And you're just simply out-hustling Wayland right now. Ambersoni.
Wide open.
Wide open 3 there. No, and we have a whistle. I think we have a Wayland foul. And that is going to be the 6th foul on the Warriors. They are in dangerous territory with 6 minutes, 32 seconds left to go in the first half.
Looks like a 3-shot foul, correct? It was a little late, but certainly a little closer to the shot than the one in the corner we saw a few minutes ago. So Tom Ambersoni with 3 shots, and these free throws anytime during the game are important, but you can't get them back in the fourth quarter if you miss a few early. So Ambersoni on a roll so far.
Ambersoni had 2 points the first time these two teams met up. He already has 5.
And these free throws can be contagious both ways. And Ambersoni swishing the first 2.
Is the 3rd time a charm? Yes,
Beauty.
it is. Taking it up court is Livingston. Actually, that was Moody, rather. Excuse me. Over to Brewington.
He'll switch into a zone.
Up for the 3. No good there by Nurse. And the Hillers have it. Here comes Maffiori. Oh. Double dribble.
Jaden Brewington putting the little extra pressure on Maffiori, and Steven lost possession a little bit. He ended up carrying the ball or traveled. Pick the way you want to describe it. There's a turnover.
Moody on the entry to Nurse. Moody with possession. Pick set up by Melvin. Now he has it. Gets it over to Nurse. Around the perimeter they go. Brewington.
Oh, nice
Trying
steal.
to feed it over to Moody.
Oh,
Good
nice.
hustle by Ambersoni, and then we get a foul as Ambersoni makes contact with Moody. I believe this will be against Wayland.
If that was a hockey game, it would have been a penalty shot because that was a wide open layup. Or a soccer game, it could have been a play on. I'm just trying to give these sports analogies here. But a good play by Ambrosoni. Saw his teammate, I can't remember who it was, it might have been Puvakad down the other end of the floor wide open, and Ambrosoni got fouled as he was delivering the pass.
No good on the front end of the 1-and-1. Here comes Nurse. Over to Brewington. Feeds it out to Nurse, up for three. Count it. Bank shot.
Not sure if he called glass, but it doesn't matter now.
Puvakad. Kelly, Kester, now back to Puvakad. Kester, Ambrosoni. Driving in, floats it to Kelly. Up, count it.
Great job by Brendan using his body, getting position, and nothing the Wayland player Gavin Davies had couldn't deal with that one.
6 points already for Brendan Kelly. Brewington up for three, no. Collected by Puvakad, and now it's knocked out of his hands. Loose ball, Kelly picks it up, and then it's swatted away by Melvin. Melvin feeds it underneath, and we have all kinds of contact there as Davies went up for the shot. He's going to the line, I believe.
Woof. Bodies flying everywhere down there. Good ball fake by Davies and got Puvakad in the air, and
That's going to be an inbound.
No place for Michael Puvakad to go except over the back, and that's his first foul of the night.
Only the second team foul by the Hillers. Up for three, yes. Xander Livingston. That's his second three bucket of the game. 29-25, Wayland, 4:43 and ticking.
That's
to
a
go
lot.
the first half, and we have a travel.
Tough break for the Hillers there, but plenty of time. 29-25 Wayland, 4:35 left to go in the second quarter here.
Well, with the way these two teams are scoring tonight, this game might go into the 80s. Oh, misfire.
Nice pass right to the woman in the front row. Probably unintended to go to her.
Oh, miscommunication between Melvin and Brewington. Ambrosoni takes it up. Puvakad. Now Rosen. Now it's Keith. Puvakad for three, and we have a travel.
Two travels in a row, unfortunately.
Took a little misstep there.
Or an extra step.
Well, it's been a great battle so far, as expected.
This has the makings of a fantastic finish. Right now, Wayland up by 4. Hillers look like they're in a zone defense 2-3.
Livingston gets it over to Melvin, up for three, got it. Jack Melvin striking for the second time tonight beyond the perimeter. Ambrosoni lost it. Melvin picks it up. Loose ball. Now Ambrosoni has it wrapped up and then gets tied up. Got tied up with Livingston for the jump ball.
A little out of control there. Tommy coming down the lane and just kind of lost his handle, went for the ball after it got lost, and there was a jump ball. So coming back the other way.
Xander Livingston working up court. Nurse. That's up to Melvin. Now it's back to Nurse. Floater, got it.
Boy, I'll say this with the Wayland team, a lot of good jump shooters. You know, whether they're in the three-point land, but right in that 12 to 15-point range, they're hitting those shots.
Ambrosoni. Now Lind. It's up to Rankatori. Rosen had a little trouble with it. Now it's knocked away. Brewington on a break. Here he goes to the rack, off the window. No! Lind with the rebound. And as Lind comes up court, we have a timeout called by Coach Keene. He wants to talk things over. 3:05 left to go in the first half. Wayland leading Hopkinton 34-25. It has been a good offensive battle to start off this game. First time these two teams met, it was the Hillers taking the victory 63-57. I think we might even have more points than that tonight.
Both teams, you know, scoring pretty well, but right now I think it's a critical juncture. I think there was a good timeout by the coach to, you know, try to get a handle of things. The last few possessions have been a little sloppy, to be honest with you, and 9-point deficit, biggest deficit of the night. And with 3 minutes left in the half, there's an opportunity for this thing to either go in the wrong direction or the right direction. I think it was a good timeout by Coach Keene to kind of gather his troops here.
Yeah, settle his team down a little bit. They were being a little bit sloppy the last couple possessions with the ball, so.
Yeah, 2 travels and 3 turnovers, I think.
Yep. So he's going to settle them down a little bit. Well, this is a game with these two teams all about hustle. Whoever has the most hustles, I think, is really going to be the one to walk away with this game. And so far it's been the Hillers. They're trailing right now, but if they can get the shooting going, they're certainly going to win the possession battle.
Right now, in the last, say, few minutes, Wayland sort of spread things up a little bit, hitting their shots a little bit more than the Hillers, and they're getting their shots off, and the Hillers haven't really had very many recently. Ooh, almost a travel on Brendan.
Ambersoni, Buvakad. Back to Ambersoni now, Maffiori. Seems like they're trying to give Maffiori some opportunities from outside the perimeter. Shot clock running low. Buvakad up for 3. Fadeaway, no. Off the rim it goes. Kelly able to swipe it out and collect. Going to drive in. Around a couple of defenders. Can't finish. Rebound Davies, who feeds it up to Brewington. Brewington going to drive in and now takes it over to the far side. It's up to Melvin. Shot clock at 10 seconds for Wayland. Melvin up for the jumper. No. Swatted out by Puvakad. Back to Melvin it goes. And as he tries to drive in, we have a foul. I believe it'll be against the Hillers on the contact.
It's like Michael Puvakad, his first.
Number Sony, I believe.
Or, I'm sorry, my bad. His first.
Jack Melvin on the entry. Team third for the Hillers. Wayland has 7. Over to Livingston, up for 3. No. Up the rim it goes. Good hustle there by Nurse. Feeds it out back to Livingston. Long 2 this time. That's no good. It is a Wayland rebound by Davies. Up and in, plus the foul and 1.
Well, I mean, you can't control where the ball bounces off the rim, but those are two long rebounds in a row. Hiller's boxing out, but just a little unlucky with how the ball's coming off the rim pretty hot. And Wayland gets a couple of offensive rebounds and then a potential three-point play.
Gavin Davies, 10 points so far tonight, make it 11.
As I said about a minute and a half ago, this is a critical juncture. And Hillers haven't scored in a while. Only 8 points this quarter for the Hillers.
Buvakad. Turnaround.
Oh, unlucky.
No. Livingston pulls it down. Over to Nurse. Turns it around to Melvin, up for 3. Off the back iron it goes. It is a rebound by Brewington. Then he lost possession. And now Buvakad on the break over to Kester. Kester takes it to the rack, off the glass and in.
Great sequence there. Buvakad with a little French pastry dribble behind his back and set up Kester for a nice hoop.
Livingston with possession. 10-point lead for Wayland. Minute 10 left to go in the first half. Brewington up for the long 2. No. And we have a foul. Drew push.
Coach King looking for an explanation. He's got the palms facing the ceiling look to him.
It's going to be the first on Maffiori. I thought there might have been a little acting there.
Yep, a little embellishment for sure. But effective, I guess. He's got 2 shots at the line.
First of 2. Got it.
Brewington, one of the quickest players we've seen all year here in the Athletic Center. And I've lost track of how many points he has, but he's certainly a solid player. And he's having a heck of a game. So Hillers need to really contain him.
He hits them both. 12-point lead for Wayland. Buvakad. Here comes Kester. Up for the shot. No. It's pulled down by Davies. This is Davies' rally. It was pulled down by Melvin. Long 2. That's no good by Johnson.
Oh, too bad.
Loose ball. Out of play it goes. It will go in favor of Wayland.
Maffiori was not in a great spot to grab the ball, so he tried to tip it to his teammate and they just didn't make that connection, unfortunately.
Melvin on the entry to Livingston. Brewington. And that's swiped up and stolen away by Rosen. Here comes Buvakad. 30 seconds left to go in the half and counting. Kelly sets the pick. Buvakad drives in, trying to feed it over to Rosen, and out of bounds, says the official.
Keller's putting some pressure down here, looking for a turnover before the half.
He's trying for the bounce pass along the baseline, but did not keep it in play. Brewington feeds it over to Livingston, who thought about the three. 12 seconds left to go in the half. Up for the long two. No good there. And batted up into the hands of Davies, who will drive the lane and draw the foul.
Boy, he's had a heck of a half. I mean, compared to last week, Tom, he had a pretty good game last week against the Hillers, but he's got about a dozen points or so. Or close to it. I've lost track, but he's getting, I think he's around 10 or 11 points.
11 points so far tonight.
You're the statistician and PA announcer. I don't know how you pull that together, but he's having you know, I don't know if the Hillers were expecting him to have this kind of offensive output in the first half, but that's about the difference. He's got 12 points, and the Hillers are down by 13. So,
well, both of these teams have a number of players that can strike at any time. And tonight it's been Gavin Davies for Wayland. That'll do it for the first half. After one half of play, it's the Hillers 27, Wayland 40. Wayland outscores the Hillers in the second quarter 17-10 to give themselves a pretty comfortable lead heading into the halftime locker room. But we still have plenty of basketball left, Steve.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate second quarter. I mean, only 10 points for the Hillers, and definitely a momentum situation that's in Wayland's favor. And let's hope the Hillers can get a different approach in the second half, but Coach Keene will have something up his sleeve, I'm sure. And in the meantime, still an entertaining first half, and we'll let the Hiller girls take us into the halftime break. And so far, we have a fun game so far. Hopefully the second half will get a little better for the Hillers.
I'm Haley. Hi, Davis. Jake. We're the Hiller volleyball team.
My name is Emma. My name is May. My name is Shelby. My name is Sophie.
We're Alma Gal and we love H-Camp.
We love H-Camp.
And I volunteer for H-Camp TV.
And I watch H-Camp TV.
And I love H-Camp TV. And I love H-Camp TV.
We love H-Camp TV.
And welcome back to the Hopkinton High School Athletics Center. We are ready for the second half of this Central Division II quarterfinals matchup between the 5th-seeded Wayland Warriors and the 4th-seeded Hopkinton Hillers. It's Wayland leading Hopkinton 40-27 as we enter the second half. Let's take a look at the scoring totals. We'll start off with Wayland. Xander Livingston with 6, Jabari Nurse with 10, Jaden Brewington with 4, Nick Johnson with 2, Jack Melvin with 6, Gavin Davies with 12. For the Hillers, Stephen Maffiori with 5, Tommy Ambersoni with 6, Ryan Kester with 5, Brendan Kelly with 6, McCallum Lind with 3, and Elon Rosen with 2. So it's been a widespread effort offensively for both teams, but Wayland, they really got their offense going in the later minutes of that second quarter, Steve.
Yeah, I think that, again, every juncture is critical moving forward here in the second half, but, you know, we've seen this season, the Hillers coming out of halftime and lighten things up, and this would be no time like the present, as they say. We've seen Maffiori score a bunch of points coming out of halftime. At one point he had 11 points in a minute and a half. We could use a little something like that. Hillers look like they're going with a starting lineup, and three-point shot's going to be a critical part of the equation for the Hillers. They're going to have to hit them, and they're going to need to contain Wayland a whole lot better than they did in that first half and shut down number 23, Gavin Davies. He's got a bunch of points, and here we go.
And I think one of the things they need to do, too, is shut down Wayland from outside the perimeter. 6 threes in the first half for Wayland. That cannot happen in the second half. Brendan Kelly over to Kester, now Ambersoni. Puvakad trying to drive in, gets it back out to Ambersoni. Now Kelly along the end line, up, no good. Grabs his own rebound, puts it back,
nice.
Count it.
That's a big momentum swing. Brendan kind of mishandled his first shot and stuck with it and gathered himself and kind of muscled it in. Oh, there's a kick.
Like I say, he was out. Kester nearly had a steal there, but ended up landing out of bounds before he got rid of the ball.
Big crowd, both the Wayland student body and the Hiller student body both on their feet.
Porter Moody with possession.
It's like a college atmosphere in here right now.
Certainly is. Great playoff atmosphere as expected.
Oh, nice move.
Up and no. Davies fighting for it,
Nice.
and Kelly wins the battle. Now Maffiori going to drive over, trying to get it over to Kester, knocked out by Livingston.
Good idea. Maffiori kind of running backwards, kind of on a tough angle to catch that ball from Brendan, and then Hiller's fortunate, almost a double tip off of Kester, but I think Ryan got his hand out of the way in the nick of time.
Ambersoni kicks it out to Puvakad, up for 3, got it. Michael Puvakad with his first field goal of the night.
5 straight points for the Hillers to start the second half. That's what we're talking about.
40-32 is our score. Brewington in trouble, able to get it over to Moody. Now it's Livingston along the far side. Gets it to the corner, up for 3. No, falls short off the hands of Jabari Nurse. Ambersoni collects the loose ball over to Kelly.
Nice
Keeps
recovery.
it over to Puvakad. Back up to Ambersoni. Now Maffiori. Kester. Ambersoni back to Kester. Maffiori thinking about the 3. Running out of time on the shot clock. Puvakad up and in. Michael Puvakad with some smooth moves. Nurse called for the travel.
Wow, that's what I'm talking about.
I smell a momentum shift.
I think I smell a timeout from Wayland if they don't do. They're shut out in the first 2 minutes, and Hiller's with 7 straight points and a couple turnovers. All of a sudden, a 6-point game. That's a different story.
Certainly is. Puvakad. Kester. Now Kelly heads it back to Puvakad. Going to drive in.
Yeah.
Count it.
And there's a timeout.
Michael Puvakad, 7 points in the game, all coming in this third quarter.
Well, it doesn't really matter. That's the luxury that Coach Keene has. If he's got interesting stats. Not to dive into the stats, but I do like to see none of the Hillers are averaging over 10 points. They're just spread out, and it doesn't really matter. There's a whole lot of options for someone to heat up, and right now it's Michael Puvakad, and the Hillers scoring 9 straight points in the first two plus minutes of the half. That's exactly what the doctor ordered. So whatever Coach Keene said in his halftime speech is pretty effective.
I'm sure it was. And the Hillers so many times this season have come out of the halftime locker room and just looked far better than they did in the first half. So perhaps this will be one of those times. But to your point, with the Hillers all season long, it has been a team effort offensively. Every now and then you'll get Maffiori going off from outside the perimeter as the fans continue to go at it down there.
Yeah, it's to have the options of not relying on 1 or 2 players. On any given night, anyone can heat up. And right now it's Michael Puvakad. And I think we can keep that momentum going. We're going to be in good shape.
Nurse with possession. Feeds it out to Moody. Winner of this game advances to play at Clark University, 7:30 p.m. against first-seeded Westboro. Brewington with possession. Driving in, feeds it out to Livingston, up for 3, no. And it's collected by Kester. Here comes Puvakad.
Feeling it.
Up and no.
Why not? Close, almost a foul on Puvakad.
Livingston takes it up. 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter, a 4-point Wayland lead. And the Hiller run is broken by Jabari Nurse. Hiller started off the third quarter on a 9-0 run. Puvakad to Kelly, wide open, count it.
Great job by Puvakad drawing the defense to him and then found Kelly wide open down low.
Nurse feeds it over to Davies, and we have contact.
Boy, that's perfect. Again, hard to come back from 13 points, but the Hillers are almost done that in less than 4 minutes. Down by 4 points.
You wonder if part of it for Wayland is they've calmed down a little bit physically. No fouls yet for Wayland in this third quarter. First half, they were not afraid to get physical. Davies hits the first.
Heck of a game, man. This is what playoff basketball is all about here, and we're fortunate to host this game. And we hope that we can get the Hillers to Clark University on Monday. That'd be great. Got some work to do before that happens.
Absolutely. Puvakad out to Lind. Lind, surrounded by defenders, gets it out to Keefe. Keefe lost his dribble, out of bounds it goes. Wayland basketball.
Unfortunate for Keefe, he's had a good season. Only sophomore on the roster. Everyone else is a junior and senior.
Barry Nurse on the entry. Nurse takes it up. And we have a foul. It's going to be against the Hillers. We're going to get Puvakad.
That's his third.
Second. Third, rather, excuse me.
Yeah, that's a little development there.
Well, he might be coming out soon. And there he goes. Matt Fiore back in the game. It's a team second for the Hillers. Livingston on the entry. Out to Moody he goes. Fires it over to Nurse. Livingston with the pump fake. Drives in, long two. No! And it's collected by Ambersoni. And Ambersoni lost it, but they call it out off of Livingston. Got the hand on it to knock it away.
Good job by Wayland there. They kind of, Tommy was a little looking for a daylight, and they kind of.
Oh, they call it on the Hillers. I don't know if I agree with that.
Ambersoni doesn't agree with it, but they kind of double teamed him, and it evidently went off Ambersoni's leg, according to the ref.
Moody for three, no good. Lind able to collect in front of Livingston. Now here comes Nurse with the jumper. No, off the front of the rim it goes. McCallum Lind jumps in there, wraps it up, able to get it out to Ambersoni. What a job by Lind. Matt Fiore for three. No good. And it's pulled down by Brewington. Brewington feeds it over to Livingston, up for three. No. And it's collected by Nurse, and he puts it up and in.
Game of spurts here, Tom. You know, Hillers had their way early, and now all of a sudden, Wayland with 6 straight points, I believe, or something like that.
Well, Wayland's starting to win some battles in the low post. Matt Fiore for three. No good there, and it's knocked out. And it'll go Hiller's way. Call it out on Davies there.
Hillers got the lead down to 4, and it's kind of gotten back to 8.
Rosen on the entry. Fires it up to Matt Fiore. Stephen Matt Fiore, only 5 points tonight. You wonder if one of the transitions Wayland made after last week's game is to make sure you have somebody on Matt Fiore at all times. That seems to be what they're doing tonight. Ambersoni drives in, around a couple of defenders, draws contact. Makes something out of nothing there.
Yep, they have with Puvakad on the bench with 3 fouls, Ambersoni and Matt Fiore both, and Kester, 3-point threats, all 3 of those guys. And Mac Lind as well. And Brendan's taking a blow. He's
Davies with his first foul. Wayland fans singing happy birthday, but that does not affect Tommy Ambersoni as he hits the first.
Don't have those stats on the players when the birthdays are, but could be Ambersoni's birthday, or they could be just trying to mess with his head. Ambersoni, 1 out of 2.
7-point Wayland lead. 2:50 and counting left to go in the third quarter. Nurse. Around the perimeter they go. Melvin along the corner gets it up to Moody. It's back to Nurse. Moody. Back out to Nurse. Driving in, up for the 2. No. Ambersoni collects. Behind the back dribble there. Out to Lind. Wide open 3. No good there.
Oh, nice.
And it's stolen back by Ambersoni. Up for 3. Off the rim it goes. And winning that battle underneath was Brewington.
Too bad.
Brewington drives in, kicks it out. Up and in goes Jack Melvin.
That's a big momentum swing. Ambersoni with a nice steal and missed a 3-pointer, almost a carry.
Hillers having trouble offensively, and McCallum Lind going to get a bucket there. They've had trouble offensively in the last couple of minutes. It's an 8-point game now. Brewington up for 3. And that's an air ball there. Out of bounds it goes. Hillers basketball.
Jack Melvin claiming it went off a Hiller. It might have. I think the Hillers got a little bit of a break because it did ricochet off of somebody.
Puvakad on the entry.
8-point lead for Wayland. 1:30 left in the third quarter.
Ambersoni, Puvakad. Now it's Rankatori. Puvakad for 3. No. Kelly able to swipe it out and collect. Oof. Feeds it to Maffiori. Maffiori with the pump fake. Back to Kelly. Kelly was trying to get it over to Puvakad. It's stolen away by Moody. Quick break by Wayland. Good pass there and rejected. A great move by Puvakad to get in front of Melvin. There might have been a foul there, but I don't care. That's a good block because that's a wide open lay-in. Send him to the line and make him earn the points.
I guess they called the foul on Ambersoni. His third. Puvakad with 3.
Now you got your 2 speedsters in trouble.
It's a quick moving third quarter. Only 1 minute and 5 seconds left. 50-41 Wayland. Hillers, after coming out flying in the beginning of the quarter, have cooled down considerably, and Wayland is heating up again.
Jack Melvin now has 11 points for Wayland. Maffiori to Kelly. Kelly up and in.
Coach Keene calling timeout after that hoop, setting up a full court press with 57 seconds left in the quarter. Good call by Coach. Again, the whole rest of the game is a critical juncture, but we're down by 8. If they can get a steal and still time to get some momentum going their way before the end of the quarter. And like I said, timeout by Keene, and we can expect a full court press, I'm sure.
Absolutely. The Hillers outscoring Wayland in the third quarter, 16-11. It's a 51-43 Wayland lead. Taking a look at the Hillers' point total so far, you got Maffiori with 5, Tommy Ambersoni with 7, Ryan Kester with 5, Michael Puvakad with 7, all coming in the third quarter. And you got Brendan Kelly with 12, McCallum Lind with 5, and Elon Rosen with 2.
We want to take a quick second and extend our sincere appreciation to our crew tonight. Mike Tiger Tarosian directing tonight. Samantha Dings doing graphics. Doing cameras tonight for us, Mary Arnott, Gene Komitsky, and John Ritz. We appreciate your support tonight and all season. And hopefully we'll have a little bit of momentum swing back the Hillers' way before the end of the quarter, and then lead them into a even better fourth quarter.
Noah Lee on the entry for Wayland. Brewington. Puvakad all over him, trying to grab a steal there. Here comes Lee. Brewington going to take it in and draw contact plus the bucket.
Ouch. He hasn't had as many points as some of his teammates, but that's a heck of a play. Kind of a backbreaker with coming out of a timeout.
Jaden Brewington with 6 points so far tonight. He had 14 last week when these two teams met up. The and one is good. 48.6 seconds left to go in the third quarter, an 11-point lead for Wayland. Here comes Puvakad. Lind. Over to Kester. Back up to Kelly. Now Kester for three. Count it!
Huge hoop.
All right, Kester with 8 points tonight. Jabari Nurse with possession. Little contact there. Got away with one.
Yeah, I
and
think
Lind
so.
pulls it down. Now we have a foul. Are they getting the Hillers? No, looks like they're going to get Nurse.
That's his third.
Yeah, there was some contact on both sides. I thought the Hillers had the initial contact, but that's okay.
Nurse is not happy on the bench. That's his third foul. Hiller's working for a last shot here.
Bubakar. Less than 10 seconds left. Kelly. Lind for three. Got it! Big time bucket there. And the buzzer beater. Oh, wow! Jaden Brewington! Wow!
Wow,
Did that count? Yes, it did. That was unbelievable.
Three-quarter court shot. That's an ESPN top 10 shot right there, man.
I know that wasn't good for the Hillers, but that was unbelievable. All right, let's set it down to courtside.
Events or for our legacy gift. All right, take it away, John.
Houston, we have a problem. We have too much cash on our hands. The largest 50-50 raffle in this school's history, and the winner is, drum roll please, 3510547. I'll read it one more time. 3510547. Come collect your cash, please.
And a Hiller parent won the largest 50-50 raffle in Hiller hoop history, and it looks like he'll be buying the later after the game. Drinks and dinner for his friends. Congratulations.
Well, in case you missed it, just before the buzzer to end the third quarter, Jaden Brewington launched it from pretty deep in the defensive zone and nailed a three. I think that was maybe the deepest shot I've ever seen in high school basketball.
You know, he lined it up. He had I want to say it before another, maybe it was halftime, I can't remember, but that was the second time he's launched one tonight. But he had a wide open look, and you could see he really nailed it.
Noah Lee for three. Good way to start for Wayland.
Wow.
Hillers trying to respond quickly, and they'll need to, trailing by 11. Kester. Lind. Back out to Kester. Thought about it. And now it's stolen away. Brewington going to drive up over to Lee. Up for three. Got it.
I think it could be a quick timeout here. That's a tough start for the Hillers.
Buvakad with possession. Around the horn they go. Mafiori. Kelly. Kelly up. Off the window and in.
Yep, Coach Keene trying to keep it together here. That can be devastating when the other team starts launching it from the parking lot, half court, three-quarter court, and 2 threes. So it's been quite a stretch in the last under a minute. That I guess if you include the last three-pointer before the third quarter ended, there's nine points in about a minute for the for Wayland, and Hiller's finally responding with a hoop. And Coach Keene looking to set up a full court press and just try to keep it together here.
Hillers outscored Wayland in the third quarter, 22-17 overall. Right now, trailing by 12. Let's take a look at the point totals for Wayland. Xander Livingston with 6, Jabari Nurse with 14, Jane Brewington with 10, Noah Lee with 6, 2 threes in the fourth quarter for Noah Lee. Nick Johnson with 2, Jack Melvin with 11, Gavin Davies with 14. And for the Hillers, Matt Fiore with 5, Ambersoni with 7, Kester with 8, Puvakad with 7, Brendan Kelly with 14, Callum Lind with 8, Elon Rosen with 2. Some impressive long-distance shots by Wayland throughout the course of this game. Can the Hillers respond? Trailing by 12, 7:15 and counter left to go. Brewington feeds it over, up and no good there, and it's pulled down by Lind off the Miss Davies shot, and then we have a jump ball going in favor of the Hillers.
Plenty of time for the Hillers. You know, both teams are scoring in spurts, so it's sort of a time for the Hillers to get hot again. Plenty of time.
Certainly is. I have a feeling this is going to be a wild ending. Maffiori. Ambersoni. Out to Kester. Now Lind. Along the end line. Reverse. Got it.
Huge hoop right there by Mack.
Brewington with possession. Feeds it over to Noah Lee. Look out for Lee beyond the perimeter. And here's a three attempt here, and this time it's Jack Melvin. 3 threes to start off the fourth quarter for Wayland. It's a 13-point Warriors lead.
Wow.
Still have 6.5 minutes left to go. They already got 66 points. Both teams could end up over 80. Ambersoni. Now Kester. Ambersoni now. Trying to work his way in. And we'll put it off the foot of Melvin.
Jack Melvin, how many points does he have? I mean, he's quietly had an impact on this game, hitting a few threes, I think. At least a couple of them anyway.
They actually got 3 tied for the team lead for Wayland. Jabari Nurse, Jack Melvin, Gavin Davies all with 14. Calum Lind on the entry. Ambersoni, now Kester up for 3. Count it.
Kester keeping the Hiller boys in the game here.
That was a big-time bucket there. Back to a 10-point game. Brewington feeds it over to Lee. Call for the travel.
Ryan Kester, senior leadership here. You know, sort of the winner go home situation. And if you're a senior, I guess your career's over if they lose the game. So Ryan Kester doing all he can right now, hitting that last 3, and we're hoping to see some more threes landing for the Hillers.
Well, you can tell both of these teams came to play today. Kester, no. Noah Lee with the loose ball. Lee takes it up. Lind trying to steal it away, but Lee able to get it out to Nurse. Nurse back to Lee.
There's a steal.
Lee trying to get it over to Nurse. It's stolen by Lind. Good feed over to Puvakad. Good pump fake off the window and in.
No foul.
Lee gets it over and 1 for Gavin Davies.
That's a huge hoop for them. Responding to the hoop down the other end, coming back with a potential 3-point play. Gavin Davies having the game of his life tonight.
Certainly is. It's the second foul on Kester. Davies only had 4 points in the first meeting between these two teams. The and 1 is good.
Well, he's certainly in his zone there, and there's a timeout by Wayland. Interesting timeout. 11-point lead and 5:12 left in the game, and Hiller's looking to, if Wayland keeps on hitting them, it's going to be a tough road. But let's see if they can do that. The Hillers, plenty of weapons to get back into it, and they're still within striking distance, and there's still plenty of time.
There certainly is. Winner of this game will advance to take on Westboro. Monday night over at Clark University, a 7:30 start for that one. In other TVL news, the Medway Mustangs boys won their game tonight, so they're moving on. They're in the same bracket as the Hillers, the Central Division II bracket. So we'll have the 6 o'clock game at Clark University. But this has been a good battle between two very good all-around teams. But Wayland, they've just been red hot from the field tonight, and certainly tough to deal with from outside the perimeter.
Well, geez, I mean, you go back to that. I think everyone in the building, including the Hiller Nation, you got to tip your hat when an opposing player hits a shot from three-quarters court, that is a...
That blew me away. That
I mean, we all kind of lost our minds there when that happened, and then it just led to some continuation, and Wayland's keeping it going. So Hiller's still hanging around.
Here comes Ambersoni. Maffiori.
Oh, got lucky there.
Keep it in, and he was able to put it off of Nurse. Good hustle.
Fortunate bounce off of the Wayland player. Maffiori, desperation, just keeping the ball in bounds. Maybe that's a message there.
Ambersoni. Maffiori back up to Ambersoni. Both of these teams are not missing a lot from the field either. The shooting has been very good tonight, really on both sides. An errant pass there. It actually was tipped by a Warrior. Puvakad on the entry. Ambersoni back to Puvakad, up for three. No. And it's pulled down by Davies. Here comes Nurse.
Here it is.
Now Ambersoni trying to hustle in a steal there. Noah Lee fires it over to Davies. Along the end line he goes, trying to force it through. And Melvin's there to pick him up, and he'll draw the foul. That Davies-Melvin combination along the baseline has been deadly. And one here. Oh, they didn't give him the shot, it looks like. My apologies.
Yep, that was Puvakad's fourth foul. He's coming out along with Rosen. Kelly and Macklin back in the game.
Hits the second of two. Kester. 70 points for Wayland, 58 for the Hillers. Lind, good feed to Kelly, up, no good, and then it is swatted out of bounds off of Kelly from the hand of Nurse.
Unfortunate for Brendan. Good feed by Lind. Kind of a touch pass to Brendan cutting down the lane. Good idea, just didn't fall for him.
Well, they have certainly put some heavy defense on Brendan Kelly tonight after what he did to them last week. Noah Lee up for three. Got it.
Oof. That's a backbreaker.
Yeah, he's trying to put this game away for Wayland. Still a lot of time left. Maffiori trying to respond. No good there. And it's pulled down by Melvin. Here comes Brewington. Feeds it behind to Lee.
Nice pass.
Drives in. Davies. Kelly rejects him, but there was contact.
Well, nice dish and nice ball fake by Gavin Davies. Drawing the foul on Kester with his third. Good job by Kester tonight.
Davies will try it again. No good.
Look out.
Puvakad. Brewington all over him, trying to draw up the steal. Ambersoni to Maffiori, up for three. Yes! Just what the Hillers needed there. A 12-point game.
Oh, there
and
you go.
A travel. Perhaps another momentum shift. Brewington was arguing that the Hiller was out of bounds.
That was a close play by Puvakad. He had four. That could have been a foul on him, but they got the travel before that happened.
Ambersoni.
There it is.
Oh! It slipped out of Lynn's hand.
It's unfortunate.
Noah Lee will have the entry for Wayland. 3 minutes, 20 seconds left to go. A 12-point Wayland lead. The Hillers have time, but they need to drop some turnovers and find some buckets. Melvin feeds it over. Good feed to Davies, and it's knocked out off of Davies by the hustling Ambersoni.
Both teams with a couple turnovers back-to-back. The door's a little still ajar for the Hillers to come back. Look out.
Maffiori. Ambersoni.
Macklin looking for the ball. There it is.
Over to Kelly, wide open, up and in. 16 points for Brendan Kelly tonight. Surrounded by defenders is Brewington. Some contact called. I believe they're going to get Puvakad.
That'll be it for Michael. That's his 5th foul. That's too bad. I think that was one of those play-on type of calls. Puvakad didn't agree with it. And that's a heck of a game by Puvakad tonight. Coming out into the 3rd quarter, he almost single-handedly, I think he got 7 straight points to cut that 13-point halftime deficit down to 4.
Wayland is in the bonus. 18 fouls for the Hillers. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good. On the back end, count it. Ambersoni will take it up. Over to Kelly, and he's rejected. Melvin and Davies teamed up on him, but then we have a foul.
It's a frustration foul by Brendan, and it's a heck of a block by Jack Melvin. He's about Brendan's height or thereabouts. Maybe not quite, but he got some hops on that one, and he blocked Brendan's shot, and Brendan tried to get the ball back. And
Davies at the line trying to add on to his 17-point total, but first we'll have a timeout called by Wayland. 2 minutes, 40 seconds left to go. A 12-point lead for Wayland. I'll tell you what, this game still has time left, and the thing that seems to be a little frustrating is the Hillers kind of playing with their heads down right now. I mean, you still got time on that clock. You got to pick yourself up and try to respond.
Yeah, there's not 40 seconds left. There's 2 minutes and 40 seconds left. So
right,
we got Scotty Mackin over there doing his thing, whatever he can contribute and getting his Hiller Nation involved. We'll take any positive momentum available tonight, and that hopefully will help us out. But what will really help us out is the Hillers starting to light it up from three-point land, and we've seen it happen. Puvakad's out for the rest of the game. Kester's got the ability to heat up. Matt Fiore definitely. And the other thing, the Hillers need to not waste a lot of time. Can't work the shot clock down. Get a shot within 10 seconds.
Right. Well, Wayland has outscored the Hillers 24-14 in this 4th quarter, and I can see how 24 points, that must be frustrating for the opposing defense.
That's a lot of points.
It's an unbelievable amount of points.
And it's still plenty of time left, but Hillers need to keep their composure. There's enough time for them to make a move back. And there's a break. Matt Fiore wide open. There it is.
Matt Fiore pump fakes. Back out to Ambersoni. Kester up for 3. No. And it's collected by Melvin. Melvin able to get it up to Brewington. And we have contact, says the official, as Ambersoni came charging in. And they're going to get Matt Fiore with this one.
It's a double bonus situation, which is too bad. This half, Wayland only 2 fouls this half, so unfortunately it's moving ahead for the Hillers. The Wayland's got 2 shots in every foul.
First of 2 is good. Jaden Brewington is having quite a night from the line. He's 6 for 6 from the stripe. And he makes it an even 7. Ambersoni driving the lane and draws contact.
That's what the Hillers got to do. Just take it to the hoop. Good job by Ambersoni. Get a quick shot off. Can't draw that clock down much more than 5 or 10 seconds. Get the ball and shoot it, and he took it to the hoop and drew the foul.
We got Davies with his second. First of 2, no good. Ambersoni has struggled from the line a bit. 4 for 9. No good on that one either. Loose ball, and
good job by Keith.
Good hustle there by Keith. Kester for 3. No, off the front of the rim. Keith with the rebound. Keith takes it out.
Help him out.
Gets it up to Ambersoni. Ambersoni going to drive it in. Matt Fiore for 3. No good there. Matt Fiore grabs the rebound. And swatted up in the air by Kelly, out of bounds it goes. Wayland basketball, says the official. Well, the Hillers, they've been the better team in the low post rebound-wise, but there's been way too many opportunities they've had tonight that they just could not finish.
There's a foul.
Looks like they're starting with the intentional fouls.
And he's not the man to foul. He's 7 for 7. But this last minute and 50 seconds could take about 45 minutes here. But we appreciate, again, our crew. Director Mike Tarosian, graphics Samantha Dings, camera, 3 camera folks, Mary Arnott, Gene Comiskey, and John Ritz. Thanks to y'all for keeping it together for us tonight.
Second free throw is good. Jane Brewington, 15 points tonight for Wayland. Fiore out to Lind. Knocked out of the grasp of Lind. Here comes Melvin. Wide open break. He'll draw the foul. Lind able to hustle up for the contact.
Hillers playing with some desperation, and Mac Lind, nothing more he could do with that. Jack Melvin. I'll tell you what, Wayland collectively has a whole lot of speed and quickness. Everyone on this team has just got some quickness. The only exception I would say is Gavin Davies is not as quick as the rest of his teammates, but everyone that's been on the floor for Wayland has got some wheels. Hillers have their own speed, but in that particular case, Melvin having a heck of a game tonight, and he hits a couple.
80-63 Wayland with a minute 33 left.
Brendan Kelly coming out, senior, having probably your last run for the Hillers. Oh, too bad.
Can't keep it in, Wayland basketball. Well, I'll tell you what, obviously more than likely, unless something crazy happens, your season's going to end tonight, but what a season it was for Coach Keene and this Hillers group.
Ryan Kester, another senior coming out. Great career here at Hopkinton High.
Certainly was. And we got a timeout called by Wayland. The Hillers, they beat some impressive opponents this year, and they turned around a 3-3 season and won 13 of their last 15 to get a good playoff spot and have a chance to play in the state tournament. It was pretty impressive stuff by this Hillers group. And certainly a lot of talented athletes on this year's roster that will certainly be missed.
And, looking, hate to say looking ahead, but there's a whole lot of talent coming back next year. And like Jacob Cohen, he's unfortunately had a shoulder injury maybe a month ago. And he'll be coming back. We haven't seen him tonight because he's got the street clothes on. But, yeah, nothing to be ashamed of. And this Wayland team is a heck of a team. And I think there's a mutual respect playing 2 games in the last week. These teams got to know each other really well. A physical game, but both teams, to their credit, lots of good sportsmanship out there tonight. Minute and 23 left, 17-point lead. I'd take a minor miracle here.
Well, sometimes you just catch a team on a bad night to catch that particular team. And that seems to be the case tonight with Wayland. They did not miss much from the field at all. Unbelievable shooting-wise. And they're not typically a team that puts up 80 points a game. They just had themselves a night. Brewington got wrapped up with Matt Fiore along the far side. And I think we had a foul.
Yep, it's kind of playing the string out at this point.
Yeah, they're going to play till the final seconds, playing for pride at this point.
Nicholas Hines waiting to get in the game. Didn't see him tonight. He's, you can only get the players in you can get in. Can't get going too deep. But Nicholas Hines, senior, coming in. He's got the Nicholas Hines cheering section. They've been pretty vocal all season, and there we go. It's good to hear that for Nicholas.
Brewington, good on the second. Here comes Ambersoni. They're going to play it out. Pulled down by Rosen, and he'll draw contact.
Good to see the Hillers on the bench cheering their teammates on. They're not going to mail it in this last minute and 7 seconds left. Elon Rosen playing up and around the rim.
Well, hopefully this Hillers fan section today will all come down to Gallo Arena tomorrow and cheer on the hockey team. I know that's where I'll be.
Oh, cool. Elon Rosen had a great season this year, and he looks like he'll be back. He's the big man coming back, unless there's a JV player that I don't know about.
This is the second.
Nicholas Hines. Evan Szycki in there.
For three, got it. Ellis Spar. Less than a minute left to go. A 14-point game. Wayland going to advance on to take on Westboro Monday night over at Clark University. 7:30 game for Wayland and Westboro. Certainly wish this Wayland team the best of luck. It's been fun watching them over the past couple of Hillers games.
Definitely going to be a heck of a matchup against Westboro, who's got there's a travel.
Westboro's the 1 seed, 17-3 overall.
I think the Doherty brothers, they have some twins over there that having a heck of a season.
They're a good team.
So that's going to be a heck of a game. 32 seconds left, 81-67. Ellis Spar with the ball, bringing it up.
Spar going to drive in, and no good there.
Nicholas Hines.
And he drew the foul.
And Nicholas Hines, you got the whole
It's a fan favorite.
student body over there. I never had that happen in my high school career. I got nothing like that. But Nicholas just coming off the bench and feeling the love.
Well, you get a lot of praise in your announcing career. It's the first.
MVP chant for Nicholas.
No good.
Nice, Rankatori.
Good hustle. Feeds it out to Spar. Now over to Hines. Up, no good, and it's pulled down by Brewington. That should just about do it.
Well, congratulations to both teams. I got to say, mutual respect. Wayland, tough to beat that team 2 times in a week. So.
Especially when they put up 30 points in the fourth quarter. That's unbelievable.
Unbelievable. Well, I want to just say thanks again to the crew. This whole season has been a whole lot of fun, and thanks thanks to you too, Tom, for doing the games.
Thank you, Steve. It's been fun working with you.
Good stuff. So you can take us out if you like.
All right. Well, Wayland defeats the Hillers 81-68. It was a great season by the Hillers. A lot of fun to watch, and they have a lot of good players coming back next year. But for our HCAM crew, my broadcast partner Steve Spector, I'm Tom Nappy. We thank you for watching Hopkinton Hillers boys varsity basketball all season long. Take care, be well, and we'll talk to you during the spring sports season.